Gentlemen, and this might be a very weird intro because I just did the hello, ladies and gentlemen, it was still initializing, which I think means it wasn't recording. Professional! Okay, won't be a second, guys. Let's just go. I'm ready. I'm thinking, oh, I need to start the timer. Yeah, I don't need to stop recording to start the timer. I just need to start it. Right, I'm pretty sure my head's trying to remember, or not even remember, try and figure out what I'm doing here. So I don't think I got this built in my previous setup. Yeah, that's space for factories. So I must have pressed Alt because that's not. So let's say that we had 4 factories making the advanced circuits. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now this is where when it finally gets released, it's still waiting on art, by the way. The Shield Brothers series that I've done with Joe, a multiplayer series of this. When this finally gets released, it'll be confusing because the first half of its science setup was built first. Then I'm going to build like all of this science setup, and then I'm going to build the second half of that one's science setup. So I'll suddenly have like more knowledge than I should. Explosives. Now let's go down the flight options. And I'm not sure why I'm pairing them up like that, but it does mean that the power poles work quite nicely. And tell me honestly, guys, how many of you are getting annoyed with the fact that I'm still using the regular power poles? So this is going to be dedicated for science, and it's, I think, along the lines of twice as much as what I built in the Second Time Lucky series. Yeah, I can't say for certain. You guys want an input. What else do you need? It's just the electric circuit. So I'm going to need a belt that's here of electric circuits. That means I can have a belt here, which connects up to there, which is going to output the processors when they're done. Now, if I'm remembering rightly, it's going to take 4 factories on this side the same to make smart inserters. This one ain't going to be able to scale as easy as the other one did. Irregular inserters. No, fast inserters, regular inserters, and iron gear wheels. I hope I've left enough space. You're going to need... Do you all need iron gear wheels? No. You do. Again, I'm doing this as a space saver when I've said I'm not really going to be saving the space, but... So you output on there, you input. Which means it'd be an iron line here. Do you actually need iron? No. Oh, but you do need circuits. Which I've said I'm going to put there. So I might actually put 2 of you on then and expand that out by 1. You output here. Power poles. Similar to what I've done on these ones. Usually you just have it inserted straight going from one to the other, but you're going to take more inserters but to choose basically the way I use the space. You know, it might make this design taller, but it makes it more compact left-right. And so this is going to be an iron line. I'm going to need circuits as well, aren't I? So let's say this becomes iron. I want it split in here. Need more splitters. And then there. So you're now getting iron. Oh, they're going to need... Oh, but I've got space. Yeah. More power poles. There we go. How are we looking on... Still nowhere near, you know, being attacked. That's fine. I think... I didn't mean to, but I think I might have put the enemies on easier on this map. That's just sort of like the feeling I'm getting because... You need iron. You need iron. Do you need iron? No. That's fine. So all of these should be working, apart from the fact that they need circuits, so they're not going to work. So, yeah, all of these will be working, apart from none of these. Because logic. Now, basically I want to make this setup over here. I could ship them in, but that's probably not going to be the best thing to do. Right, I'm trying to think of a way of doing it that's not completely dumb. Because that's how I'd normally do it, but shh. You take input there, input here. There we go. I think I do need that one there. Oh no, wait, because it will turn. So that should be fine. You should still get access. Output of both of these. I need to lower you by 1. Can I lower you by 1? I can, good. Output of both of these. Well, that's not going to work. So remove that power pole. Remove you. Place you there instead. You are going to want power. You pesky people and you're wanting power. So let's rotate them ones. Then that's all powered. Good. And you want to be going the other way. There. Okay, that works. And I want you on the top. So will this just work? Oh, it doesn't matter what side they're on. They just have to be on there, so... It might. I have a feeling I should shuffle this up by 1 and that'll make it work better. That's basically what I'm trying to do there. I do want it on both sides because I want the throughput. Which means you're shuffled. Alright, you can actually reach... Oh. I'm still going to shuffle you up because it's the one gap. I think it's a one gap I used here. Yeah, there's a one gap there. So that's how the other factories work best. But other than moving you up 1 and rotating this, so your regular circuits. There we go. You don't have power, that's fine. You need to go up by 1. Okay, so that will actually input them on both sides, which just means that they're going to have plenty of room to play. Basically, that's all I'm bothered about. They're going to play. More fast inserters. Something like that. Stick a power pole in the middle because we can. Actually, here. One in the middle. And these goes right next to each other. You need to make copper wire. So could I have just stolen the copper wire from... Not for this, but like, as I'm making the copper wire here, Wouldn't it have made more sense to maybe have just had the one copper wire factory? Yeah. Or not the one copper wire factory. Like, I have a total of 5 at the minute. So having a copper wire line running down to science. I can't remember how many inserters you need, but 2 each sounds like a good idea. I want to run the copper down, which unfortunately means more underground belt. Yeah, that's not going to fit. This is why you don't underground belt the supply lines. I have to drop you and instead do something like that. It's not actually as elegant, but it means I can remove you. And I can move this back instead. So you want to be coming out and... yeah. I want a copper line. Goddamn tree! Yep. Feed you guys, give you power. Is that it? Once I have these circuits being produced, is this blue science? No, because these that you need electric circuits, you need electric circuits. You're going to need power. I've got these little things the wrong way round, that's fine. Let's get robotics. Yeah, that's wrong. Easy fix, but that was wrong. So again, I'm like, oh yeah, I'll have 2 lines, yeah, this is where the advanced circuits comes, and then I forget what I've even just said to myself very shortly ago. So you want to be an input, you want to be an output, you want to be an output, you want to be an input. Actually means you're the one that needs 2 now. I think. You want to be an output, you want to be an output, you want to be an input. Input. Right, actually, let's do this. Put this back to where I was going to be having it anyway, which means clearing you guys up. There we go. And have you guys come onto the bottom instead. So you guys that want inputs, I don't think you need that all that much, so I'd rather have you with long handles, and I can just put a fair number of you on there. So you're not inputting, you're exporting at the top, you're exporting there, outputting. You're now outputting. You're not needed. You're inputting. Inputting. Outputting. Outputting. Inputting. Inputting. Outputting. Okay, that should be blue science. Right. You were waiting on what? You do seem to be waiting up on circuits. I would hope that that was enough to keep up. It seems like it is. I mean, what do you need for 1? 1 and 3. So as long as this number's always 3 and that number's always 1, that's fine. So they are keeping up at the minute. Blue science is being started to be produced. Which means I need to update this. So you have an input. 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 Really? We're out of regular inserters. Pick up another 50. Pick up a load of belt. And you get your input for blue. Shouldn't you be putting it in even if you don't have a job for it yet? That power now, unfortunately, is in the way. Which means that one is... I can do that now. One more long-handled one, please. There we go. I think that might be overkill. But that should now be feeding in blue. Steel doesn't seem to be the bottleneck. Batteries don't seem to be the bottleneck. I forgot to give it an input. The line's actually going too long. Same here. It would eventually just back up, but... yeah. I like it being its own separate thing, this science setup, but... I don't know. I think maybe having a iron line and copper line, a circuit, an iron gear, and maybe just working off the lines instead would be better. It's not like its own separate main bus. Yeah, the raw ingredients come in, it produces the things, but I guess because also I'm not actually producing them all in the same place, so having this working's okay. Alright, why aren't you... because you need iron gear wheels. Oh, we're just not making enough iron anymore. That's fine, as long as that's the actual problem. I'm just going to be throttled by my resources. I don't really bother about turning that up. Yep. Science is going to be throttled by resources, which is fine. I mean, it does get... let's... take you out. I'm actually going to funnel half into this. And we will still go up and fill them up, but instead of getting half of half, it's going to get just half. I'm hoping that means that once I start seeing it back up here, I mean, it should be fine. It might just be that there was a burst to start with. And I want red and green to be prioritised over blue. As long as red and green's full, then, you know, work on blue. Which is what that's going to do. Also does mean that this is now effectively back down to one line worth of things, but it's only one line worth of things anyway. We still don't really seem to be getting it to back up. Let's... oh yeah, the bricks. I forgot I produced them on here. Let's pick up a little bit of iron. There we go. and dump it straight into you. It should cause this to allow it to back up. Because it's not going to need to pick up anything. It's filling up what's in the underground belt, which I can't actually see. But... yep, it's starting to do it. It's going to fill up one side first because the way it prioritizes a thing, but yeah. So that's blue science. You'll eventually be purple science. Okay, plastic is being a problem. And why is plastic a problem? Because petroleum gas is a thing. Because these are full. Well, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube, that's all the time we have for today. As always, I'd like to thank you for watching. In the next episode, we'll set up a bit of cracking because we have too much heavy and light. But hopefully this little tank system that we've got here will be nice and simple to do that. I might just crack the light for now. In fact, hopefully I'll remember this. I really need a system for notes for my next episode. I used to have post-its on my monitor and then realised, yeah, I'd come back to it or I'd sit down for another recording session and go, what does crack light mean? You know, sit down for a EU4 game and like, what does crack light mean? But yeah. So, yeah, that's fine. That's why we're not getting more blue. Because we don't have enough plastic. But it's good. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube, that's all the time we have for today. As always, I'd like to thank you for watching. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to say goodbye. Goodbye.